welcome to Dessalines Discoveries. And you're probably asking yourself, who is this guy, Dessalines, and what did he discover? Well, let me get the hard part out of the way first, because one thing I hate doing is talking about myself. But in order for you to learn a little bit about me, I have to let you know about myself. My name is Dessalines Toussaint Tucker, and I've been married for 25 years. To my wonderful wife Draca. I have 3 beautiful daughters and 2 wonderful grandchildren. And I'm going to talk about my name. As a matter of fact, Dessalines wasn't always my name. As a matter of fact, I didn't have an actual name on my birth certificate until I was 5 years old. So the first 5 years of my life, I didn't have a name. And you're probably asking yourself, how can his parents be so cruel not name their kid? Well, they had my dad especially, he had a very good reason for that. And the reason was he wanted me to name myself. So he wanted me to give some time for me to name myself. But unfortunately, I had to enter preschool when I was 5. And they required a birth certificate. And on the birth certificate, it required a name. And also I needed a social security card, which also requires a birth certificate with a name. So my dad decided to name me. He named me after the 2 gentlemen who gave Haiti its independence from France. The 2 gentlemen that led a slave revolt back in 1803, Dessalines and Toussaint. They led a slave revolt against Napoleon and France's army for Haiti's independence. So that's who I'm named after. Some of you know me as Ed. That's my nickname. So a little about the discoveries part. Well, the discoveries part is things that I'm passionate about. And 3 things that I'm passionate about is travel, lifestyle improvement, ministry. First, for the travel part, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. One thing I love to do is travel. I love anything having to do with travel. Those of you who know me know that I always talk about travel, how to get the best deals, how to have the best experience when you're traveling, how to find the best food places, because I'm somewhat of a foodie. I would travel just to eat. Yes, I will. If the place is really good, I will go a distance. I don't have a problem with that. And another thing I like to do, I like going on cruises. So I'll talk about how to get the best cruise, how to find the best cabin, the best time of the year, the best cruise ships, best locations, all that stuff. Another thing that I like to do is going on vacations, especially villas. My wife and I, Draco, we go on a villa trip every other year to Jamaica. And the villa, they pamper you. And I'm going to really talk about how certain villas, they pamper you. So if it's a really good discussion because we love it. We go every other year when we can. So I'm going to talk about how to book a villa, all that good stuff, what you need to know, and any tips and tricks when it comes to travel that I'm very interested in. Another thing I'm passionate about is lifestyle improvement. How to improve your life. And I like talking to young folks and most folks about your vision in life, how to attain your vision, how to get that perfect job, how to start that business, and I'm also talk about certain discussions, like what's people's energy, what do they mean by that, like energy, how to deal with toxic people. Another discussion I'm going to have is probably going to be in a podcast is how to deal with toxic people, and what do they do? How can they not influence you, but how to deal with them? And another discussion I'm going to have, and this recent discussion I have with my youngest daughter Tyler, is tattoos. And she's very passionate about, because she has tattoos. She's a young adult. She has tattoos. She's very passionate about it. and she likes them. Me, not so much. So we're gonna have a podcast about that. We're gonna talk about how I feel about it as a parent, how she feels about it as a young adult, and we're gonna have a very in-depth discussion about it. And another thing I'm gonna talk about is how to recharge, how to rejuvenate yourself, how to just take time for yourself, how to how to just do stuff for yourself to make your life better. And a third thing I'm going to talk about is ministry, because I am at my church. It's New Creation Bible Fellowship in Tracy, California, and it's led by Pastor Dr. Kevin James. And at that church, I'm the head deacon there, and I'm also one of the elders at the church. And I'm going to go into some in-depth discussions, how to minister to folks, how we minister to folks during these times of COVID, because we are very we got into ministering to folks online, and all our church services are virtual now. So we've been reaching out to folks in different ways. Since they can't come to the church, we've been reaching out to them. And I'm going to talk about certain discussions on how to reach out to folks if you're in ministry, and also how to if you're in a ministry, how to reach out to folks, how to minister to people, how to say no in ministry, because certain ministries churches will be asking you to do several different things, but you're only one person, you can only do so much. So welcome aboard, and there's certain things that that I'm going to talk about, so I hope you find them also interesting. So welcome aboard, and I'm looking forward to hearing what input you have. So thanks again, and please subscribe, please share if you can, and thanks again. I'll be seeing you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.